Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. So I know nothing about Kidderminster Harriers. I'm assuming you guys know nothing about Kidderminster Harriers. So I've got one of their fans on. I've got Sam with me. Sam, how are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I'm looking forward to getting some insight from you on your team. But let's start with your season, just generically, first of all. How are you getting on?
Yeah, so we're having a good season so far this year. We're up in third place at the moment. And I think this year we've had several opportunities to show that we're more than capable of getting out the league. I personally think, I'm quite biased, obviously, but I think we're up there with the very best. And I think we often play above our level. If you look at the league so far, we're second in terms of goals scored. We've scored 45. Gateshead scored 50, and we've conceded the second lowest amount of goals in the league this year. I think it's 19 we've conceded, and Brackley have got 17. If you've seen the results in the previous two FA Cup rounds that we've been in, Grimsby and Reading, I think we made easy work of both those games. We absolutely blew Halifax away. Grimsby, then Halifax, then Reading. I think we blew Halifax away. We made easy work out of Reading. And Grimsby were no match for us, really.
Just for context, I know you think that you're good enough to get promoted, but what was the general feeling prior to the season starting? Was promotion the aim for the season, or was it sort of top half the table or something, just so we can gauge how good you're doing sitting in third?
So Kiddie in the last few years have been there or thereabouts in the playoffs. I mean, before our season was curtailed because of COVID, we were actually doing very well in the league. The light goes off automatically. Before the season started, I fully expected us to be in the playoffs or in the position we are now. I mean, I say it again, I know I'm biased, but I do think we're, one of the biggest teams in the league, or if not the biggest, and we deserve to be in the conference or in the Football League again.
Do you think you'll go up this season?
I think we've got a very good chance.
Good man. Right. So when the FA Cup draw was done, you got pulled out the hat first, followed by West Ham. What was your reaction?
So, to be honest, I was hoping for a big away day. I mean, if you told me that we were going to play West Ham, I would much rather it had been the Olympic Stadium. But to be honest, if you also would have said if we couldn't get Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, Chelsea, United, City, West Ham for me would have been the next one down the list in terms of teams that I would have wanted to play against. I mean, you guys have been flying this year, I think, in terms of where you should be. And I think, Kiddie and West Ham, two absolutely massive clubs, it'd be a great tie. And I was absolutely ecstatic, to be honest, when I did see the draw.
What's the buzz about the town, if you like? Are the Kidderminster Harriers fans looking forward to this one more than a normal game?
We're looking forward to it because it is a big occasion. Obviously, it's rare for us. We haven't been in the fourth round of the FA Cup since 2013. And that was actually away at Sunderland, where we took 4,000 fans. So yeah, the FA Cup is massive to us. But in terms of this year, I think the league and the prospect of promotion is exciting fans just as much, if not more. I mean, from my point of view, beating Leamington 3-0 on Tuesday night was a bigger game than this one upcoming, and I'd much rather have taken a win on Tuesday night down at Agborough than Saturday at West Ham.
Yeah, that makes sense. I understand that. I do understand that, actually. It's sort of the long-term thing, isn't it? While playing West Ham is all fun and games, the reality is you're not going to go on and win the World Cup. The FA Cup, are you? You're not going to go on and win it. So it's sort of like, realistically, for the betterment of your club, winning those league games, the bread and butter games, if you want, and then pushing promotion. I completely get it. What's this game worth to Kidderminster? I mean, does it, in terms of like pound notes, that is, does this sort of help your budget out for the rest of the season or something, having this game being played at home? Does this, how big is it financially?
Yeah, so the lowly clubs in England, obviously after and during COVID, were hit very hard. I mean, we're getting a lot of money. I can't give you exact figures because we're not really privy to them. But the fact that we've got this far in the FA Cup is absolutely massive to us. Money-wise. But the thing is, I also think it's more than money. It's given us the incentive as fans to go to more games and get more involved in the club. But it's also given the players that little bit of the moral boost to, go on and what they're doing is actually meaningful. So I think there is more than just money to being in the fourth round of the FA Cup and playing a team like West Ham. It's all about the morale as well. But of course, the money coming through is going to be huge to our promotion hopes. I mean, we've brought in a couple of players in the last month that are looking really good, and I think that this money will only make us stronger in the next season as well.
And what about your actual team now? What kind of style do you play, if you were to sort of give a brief description of your style, and also give us a couple of players to look out for? I believe you've got somebody who plays on the wing, who doesn't mind smacking it from distance, and is not that bad at taking a free kick either.
Yes, I'm sure you would have all seen on YouTube and Twitter in the last couple of weeks, Amari Sterling-James. His free kicks are they're stupid. I mean, I can't think of a better word for it. It's absolutely stupid. I mean, he scored another one again the other night, but the one he scored the other week, I think it was 30 yards, 35 yards. I was almost sick when I saw it, to be honest. It was, but so Sammy Austin, Ashley Hemmings, Amari James, they're all three explosive players, and they're unpredictable. But then, of course, we've got Amari Morgan-Smith at front. He's a big striker. He's very experienced. Knows exactly what he's doing. But it's not just those four. I mean, those four work together very well, and they're most likely our stronger players. But of course, we've got a really strong midfield. Our defence has been absolutely solid all year. I mean, our goalkeeper Luke Simpson has kept 5 clean sheets in his last 7 games. So I believe that we've got a really strong team. If I was to pick out one of them, though, my personal favourite player is Sam Austin. We always call it Sammy Austin Saturdays. Always turns up on a Saturday. Always turns up against the big teams as well. And if he gets a goal on Saturday against West Ham, I will not be surprised.
Good man. Right, let's talk about my team, West Ham. Any players you admire from the Hammers?
Well, players I admire. I like Mikel Antonio. I think he's a big classic striker, and I think he deserves to be in the English team. A player that Kidderminster fans will be looking out for on Saturday, if he plays though, will be Jared Bowen. I mean, he's an ex-Hereford player, and Hereford are big rivals for Kidderminster. And when I was growing up, I actually saw Jared playing a couple of times myself in our kind of local leagues. So I'm sure if he plays on Saturday, he might get a little bit of stick from us, and I'm sure he'd love to come into Agfa and score a couple of goals at least. But no, I'm hoping to see some classic West Ham players that are playing week in, week out. I would absolutely love to see Mark Noble. I think he's the epitome of West Ham, isn't he? And seeing a player like Mark Noble at Agfa would be quite a memorable moment for me. He's probably one of my favourite players at West Ham, after Antonio. I think he'd actually love to play in a game like this. He can match the physicality that we've got. He's a cracking player.
When you saw Jared Bowen, when you saw baby Jared Bowen, did you know he could potentially go on and play in the Premier League when you saw him, or was he quite, at that level at that time?
So when Jared Bowen signed for Hull, I don't think I was surprised. I mean, I always thought he was an absolutely cracking player. I saw him playing in a county cup game one day. He was just absolutely quality. I think kind of local league level or lower league level, when there's going to be a player that's going to go on to do something. And Jared Bowen was definitely one of those players. I mean, he's exceptional.
Good man. Right, how do you see Saturday going then?
So, I don't think you're going to agree. I don't think many of your fans are going to agree. But I think Kidderminster are going to win 1-0.
No, really.
I can see it. I can see it in the back pages of newspapers already.
Why?
You're playing in a trickier game than you think. I mean, Kidderminster, we're massive. We'll take on anyone. When Reading came here and scored their first goal, I mean, they thought it was all over from there. But we've shown what we're about in getting 2 goals back, and they were absolutely stunned. In fact, as soon as we scored the equaliser against Reading, which had been coming for several minutes before, I mean, I think on the day actually we were much better from first minute to 90, and their goal was actually not expected. But as soon as we scored the equaliser, we all know that was going to happen. Kidderminster, we do throw out surprises. 2013 when we played Sunderland away, again we were the better team. We should have scored an equaliser. There was a shot that was cleared off the line. I mean, and there was plenty of opportunities in that game where we could have gone on and got a draw, got a win. So I don't think there'll be many people that would be too surprised, Kidderminster fan wise, if we do pull off a shock on Saturday. But then again, you could just smash us.
No, I'm not just listen. I'm not dismissing you. Predicted a 1-0 win. That's what football's all about, isn't it? It's what the FA Cup's all about. The FA Cup's all about the romance, the upsets, and here we have the lowest team left in the FA Cup, entertaining a Premier League team at home, who previous years we've been notoriously bad for getting knocked out by lower league clubs, the likes of Wimbledon and Oxford United, haven't just put us out these cups, they've absolutely smashed us as well, sticking bore past us. So upset not rare for a West Ham fan. We just hope things are a bit different in the last couple of years under David Moyes, and that we've sort of ironed out some issues that would perhaps allow you to win the game, whether it be us turning up and being a bit too arrogant or something. So I'm never, ever going to say don't predict an upset, especially when it's your own team. It's what football's all about, isn't it, Sam? Anyway, right, we shall leave it there. Sam, thank you very much for joining me. Massively appreciate it. I hope you enjoy Saturday, but not too much. And also I hope you get your dream come true and that the Kidderminster go up this year.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me on as well.
If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'll catch you in a bit.